Oh, don't drop it in the mud now.
I grew up in rural Alaska. Well, all of Alaska's rural. And my family always used to go on just these amazing adventures. We would go canoeing a lot, hiking, and our backyard just sort of opened up into this really beautiful temperate rainforest. And then we were right on the coastline, so there was this sound, and we used to go to the mud flats there and get stuck and had to free ourselves. And we just had a blast, like playing in the woods, and there was like this real sense of wildness, of not having fences and not having borders and just being able to go play.
Is to get to the point where we can just start like going in and actively doing things that are bad for fire. And they're like no.
Our aspirations with Crow's Path is that right now we have 13 kids in this program, and then I think we have 8 adults that are out here. And I'd love to have a more even distribution of age groups, and also to incorporate more elders into our community out here.
It's the teacher, come on! Cut her a little slack. I realized that I was stepping on it, and then
I basically started Crow's Path because it didn't exist in my community and I wanted it to. And so now this is my job, but it's also my community.
Hopefully it burns.
Yeah.
Oh, light another.
Yeah,
place.
light another place.
Quickly.
Just put it in.
Just drop it in.
Guys, put some of the needles on. Put some needles on.
Oh,
Yeah, it actually works. It works.
It will smoke, but watch this.
Yeah, it will smoke, but it will actually light.
Look it smokes.
It will.
Smoking a lot.
No, it will light though.
Yeah, it's
Maybe put some sticks on top of it.
Yeah,
so you
chickadee
can, like,
sticks.
small
Put some
sticks.
chickadee
You have
sticks.
to put some chickadee sticks or something.
Well, chickadee sticks are used to light the
And the first day was insane. So they missed a full day of school, and they had heard all about Crow's Path, and we have a blog, and they had gone on that and looked at pictures, and so they kind of knew what it was, and they had this sense like we get to play with fire and knives in the woods. So we were really excited. So they got out here and they were nuts, and they just were like running and like wanting to just like smash stuff to like get their energy out. Week 2 is like, okay, we set up these structures. So we have loose structures where every morning we walk in the same path, and then we get a fire started either in a primitive way or doing a one-match fire with the kids. And then we have a gratitude circle and then snack, and then we break into groups that we call guilds and work on skills. And then at the end of the day, we usually do a big group game, and then we close with story. So that's our rough structure. I grew up in a world where like I didn't have elders, and I didn't know that there were birds that actually spoke a language that you could listen to, and I didn't know that there were animal tracks or that you could eat the things growing in your lawn. And these kids will never grow up not knowing that. That's just like part of their lives. I think a lot about how to provide these kids with experiences that don't result necessarily in content knowledge. So the goal isn't to have them to be able to identify bluebells or jewelweed or hemlock, but really to provide them with tools that connect them really deeply to this landscape, but also help them connect to who they are as individuals and who they are in relation to other people. So the hope is that as they grow up, and every week they're coming to the same spot, and they'll know it from the time that they're 6 all the way until they're 18, and then they'll move away, and then they'll come back and they'll work for us, and so they'll know it until they're 40, 50. And so they'll be the people that hold the stories of this land, and they'll see generations of foxes that are all related to each other, that are denning in the same spot. And so when there are things that are like proposed for development, these will be the people that'll have that voice of the really deep connection to the land, and so they'll be the ones that can speak for the fox, or as the fox, or as the deer, to be able to add like another dimension to the way in which we think about organizing our cities or our communities.
Alright, so let's have to count them.